Right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaka, Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to you, hopeful elect men, women, and children. I just woke up from a dream, and then the brother GMS BrightBurn had a dream about the Shabbat, and it was very spiritual. And we're coming to that time, man, where you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Like, my dream was about the MOTB. I perceive it to be about the MOTB and how they're going to, through different celebrities, they're going to introduce it, and I want to speak a little bit about my dream, but the main point of this is we're coming to that time, just like the brother GMS BrightBurn was breaking down his dream about keeping the Shabbat holy. We're coming to a time whenever the Lord is going to start judging the house of Israel, like on a whole nother level, like about little stuff. Like, I forget the brother's name in GMS BrightBurn, but he said something that caught my eye about keeping the Sabbath holy, and if we should judge, we couldn't judge the smallest matters of things. The scriptures tell you, how should you judge the big matters? And he said, like I said, I forget the brother's name, but he said something that caught my ear. He was talking about how, the Lord is going to start judging people for the smallest little things. And I thought about my life and my walk and how the Lord has been cleaning me up over the years, and how, I still go off and, you might forget it's the Shabbat sometimes. And it made me really afraid, listening to his video, because sometimes, we have to work on the Shabbat. And it made me think, like, well, hell, should I quit my job or, but that's not using wisdom, But at the same time, the Most High created wisdom. And basically, all that little stuff that we're doing on the side whenever the camera's off and all those things, man. Believe me when I say it's not worth it. Forgetting, we're forgetful. We're only human. The Lord refers to us as worms. And a worm is totally defenseless. And let me just get this Philippians 2. Yeah. Philippians 2 and 12, right? And it reads, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." The scriptures speak about how the righteous shall scarcely be saved. And in 1 Peter, Lord willing, I can come back to this. I think it's in 1 Peter 4, and this is 1 Peter. Let me see. Is it 1 Peter? Yep, 4 and 17. And it says, 1 Peter 4:17, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Ha'adawan Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? So the brother GMS BrightBurn, it was on time. I got people trying to invite me to a party tonight. It's the Shabbat tonight, The same person that's trying to invite me. I haven't talked to him in years, and he's one of my best friends, but I had like 10 plus dreams of him killing me, man, or trying to kill me. He never did get to. Trying to shoot at me, and he's a gangster, whatever. And I love him. That was my friend, But I'm not going to that damn party, man. you know? Basically, like we just read, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, because as you can feel it, what's that scripture? Let me just finish this one. You can feel it in the air that something about to go down. And we want to be on the right side of the Lord's wrath, And this is First Peter 4:18, and here's the point. And it says, and if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? And the Lord ain't playing about his Shabbat, his holy days, his sheep. Excuse me. He's not playing, man. And you can feel it. Let's go into that word scarcely. And it says Strong's 34:33, with difficulty, hardly. We're talking about righteous men, the elect. The elect is hardly going to be saved. It makes you think. It says, not easily be saved. Look at that. Not easily. Scarcely, right? It makes you think, like, whenever I look at videos and I see brothers posting scriptures and people on the comment board, and you see this person on this comment board and that comment board, and you see, you get the spirit of just people just want to be seen. They want the apostles and elders and the prophets to know their name. And, I used to be like that, looking for validation from men, from hoping somebody would check out my page, and all that bull crap, man. It's all gonna stop. All that watching videos just to be entertained and shit. It's all gonna stop pretty soon. Now, I barely post on videos. Really, I just watch them because I'm afraid. You know, a lot of people in Israel, man, they call themselves Israelites. They don't really take the Lord as serious as they should. You know, and whenever the brother GMS BrightBurn showed us that dream this morning, and he was saying, you know, he usually goes to Elder Ramlah's page and looks up the Shabbat, and he said that he didn't even remember that it was until he looked it up, and I was like, dang, I do that every time. I go to straight to Elder Ramlah's page, man. And guess what? These pages, the internet gonna be down soon, man. So you have to know that the new moon, you have to pay attention to these videos, you know? Because it says, verse 18 again, and if the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Scarcely. Hardly. We're talking about the elect men that you hold so highly. Scarcely being saved, man. It says, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear, man? And I apologize. I'm a little shaky up. A little shaky up. Because the fear of the Lord, you know, as we get closer and closer to that day of the Lord, it gets scarier and scarier, man. You're always thinking about your past sins, and you're always praying to the Lord to forgive you for them. And, you know, sometimes you still go off on things, and we know the Lord is merciful, but we forget about his wrath. We forget that he would judge us for little things, man. Little things like forgetting the Shabbat. He's going to start judging for that, man. And I had a dream also about the MOTB. It was just a really fast, quick little dream. I didn't really think anything of it, but it might be of significance. But yeah, I was just in this building. I was in this building. And let me go to the book, Revelations chapter 13, real quick. Sorry, but I was in this building, man, and I was in this building, and it's always like that. You be in a building or something, there's a bunch of people in this building. I didn't know it was so many people until I was trying to get out of the building. And I was in this. I'd followed this lady, this little white lady, up this to this room, in this white room. It was all white, and it's like I wasn't with her, but I was with her. I don't know. And they were talking, and all I remember is like Anthony Hamilton, the actor. Him and this white lady in this room, and they had like white robes on, and they had this huge screen in there with all types of data going across the screen. And I was looking at the screen, and I think this tube that they were looking into, this magnifying or whatever those scientists use. They were looking in that, and I remember seeing Anthony Hamilton's face like clearly. I was like, man, what the hell are you doing here? And I remember seeing this device, and they were doing something to it, and I was like, what is that? What's that? What's that? Is that a needle? Is that a needle? I remember saying that like 3 times. And she's like, no, it's, so I guess I was in a dream. She's like, what'd she say? No, it's not a needle. It's just I couldn't remember what she said, but I kept on bothering her about it. I was like, what's that? What's that? What's that? What are you doing with that? What's on the screen? Asking all types of questions, right? And she pulled, it was like a wrapper or something off the tip of, it looked like a needle, you know. You know how they push Maxi inside of you? It looked like one of those devices, Karoks. And it wasn't no needle up under. She pulled the wrapper off of it, and it was just the tube. And then on the top of the tube, it was like a metal shaving. Like it was really small. And I work at a metal. I do molds and cast iron and stuff like that. So I know what little metal shavings look like. You barely even notice them unless they stick you. And it was just like a little metal shaving. It was a gray on the tip of this tube. And I kept looking at it and I'm like, dang, what's that? And I was in my dream. I didn't know anything. I wasn't thinking about the MOTB or anything. I just was in a dream, and then I was I didn't get it or anything. As soon as I saw it, you know, I seen Anthony Hamilton again. I waved bye to them, and I was walking down the hallways. I was walking, and I kept seeing people passing me, and they were going somewhere. I don't know where they were going, but it was this huge building. I perceived that they were at the end of the dream. I perceived this morning when I woke up. I perceived that it was a chipping station or something, man. But I was walking out of there, and the closer I got to the exit, the more people was there, and there was so many people. I remember trying to get through people. I was just cruising through at first, and then all of a sudden it got congested, and I was trying to get out of the building, and I seen this man, this white man that I knew back in the day, and he was talking to somebody, and he didn't notice me, but I noticed him, and they were asking him what he was doing. He said, "I've been hunting niggas. I've been hunting niggas." That's what he said. And then I think I kept walking, and all of a sudden, Black Youngster was at the front of the door like a celebrity. It's a rapper or something. And he was at the beginning of the door whenever I was leaving. And I pretty much woke up after that, and it was basically telling me that through these celebrities, they're gonna promote this that MOTB, and they're gonna do it soon. They're gonna do it soon. So it wasn't like a really, sometimes the scriptures say that dreams are vanity, but I ain't never had no dream of looking at I know that was a charagma. I know it. I know it was. It was a little metal shaving on top of that tube, and I wasn't freaking out in the dream or anything. It wasn't no like people freaking out. No, they were just all chilling, man. They were all chilling, in this building, trying to get to a certain place in the building, and I was trying to get out of it. And I perceived that to be a dream about that MOTB and how it's going to be issued, through celebrities, through like the apostles and elders tell us, they're going to make it really, what's the word? Beneficial. They're going to make it so that it's like you need water to drink to live. They're going to make it like that. And everybody, all these people are going to take it, man. But I was thinking about my dream, and I really didn't think anything about it until I heard GMS BrightBurn's video this morning talking about keeping the Shabbat holy, and then I looked at my clock and I looked at Elder Rob Law's page, and I seen that it was Shabbat later on tonight. We just got out of another Shabbat, and I seen the brother started crying, and I realized how serious it was, Um, let me get some scriptures. It says Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that was on that tube, man. Then they had the little screens up. It was all types of data on the screens. I kept on asking them, what's that? Is that a needle? What's that? Because I don't like needles. I'm scared of needles. Hell, I'll die before I let somebody stick me with a damn needle. So even in my dream, I knew that. I was like, I ain't getting no fucking needle, man. you know? And they didn't stick me with nothing. They didn't give me the thing in the dream. I wasn't going to take it. It was just a dream. So, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So this thing is coming, man. If you can feel it in the spirit, things are picking up. The demons are picking up. The pressure is on. Videos are coming out that are striking your heart, man. Like you can almost die when you hear some of these things because you know that you're being rebuked by the Lord, or you're being reproved. You thought that you were doing good, but you weren't nowhere close. Like all types of things is happening right now, man. And the scriptures say it's what's that? High time to wake up out of sleep. Let me see. It's a high time to wake up. You brothers know what scripture that is. It might be down back here. Yeah, Romans 13 and 11. This is Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, this time that we're in right now, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The spirit is picking up so hard. Like I said, brothers is getting rebuked. The Lord will put it on certain individuals' minds to do certain kind of videos, and you be sitting there thinking that, yeah, I'm all right. I'm trying to do my best and everything, but hey, we need to try harder, man. Because the Lord is going to start judging the smallest matters, man. Things that you wouldn't even think that the Lord would judge you of. That's why we're walking on our pins and needles right now. I bet you brothers just like me are very, you're afraid. And the scriptures say that the Lord has not given us the spirit of fear. That's when it comes to this world. But when it comes to the Lord, and you know that you got to go before him, and he's going to judge you for the things that you did in your body, and you know that you got this horrible flesh, and sometimes it feels like, how the hell am I going to be saved? Fear the Lord, man. Fear the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. It says, it is a high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Things are picking up, man. So I just want to talk about his dream and talk a little bit about my dream that I didn't really put too much emphasis in until I woke up, and like maybe I should speak about that a little bit, you know. And then I'm supposed to go to this party tonight, but I'm not going. And like I said at the beginning of the video, like it's the same person that was one of my best friends back in the day. We used to run together. But I've had like over 10, 15 dreams of this guy and other white folks trying to kill me, man. He's a so-called white dude, but he was my good friend, man. And you know what? I ain't going out there. I ain't going out there, man. So like the brother GMS BrightBurn said earlier in his video, keep the Shabbat holy, man, because the Lord is about to start judging the smallest things that you wouldn't even think of, man. You thought that you was in the good. You forgot the Shabbat, or you accidentally ate some pork, and the Lord about to start. He about to start doing it, man. So shalom.